Good, everybody. It's your boy Wavy. Stay Wavy TV. Subscribe, thumbs up the video. I got some breaking news for y'all. So Dwyane Wade, in an interview, he was basically talking about his 11-year-old son, and the interviewer was basically asking about Dwyane Wade taking his son to a gay pride festival. There's also pictures with, Dwyane Wade and his son where his son, has, his fingernails painted. And Dwyane Wade was basically saying that, he loves his son for who he is. And, he even went as far as to say, he now refers to his son as a woman. Instead of saying he says she. And, he said that he's been watching his son since day one. And, apparently Dwyane Wade is a 1,000% supportive of his son believing that he is a girl. Now, I want y'all to let this sink in because I don't want people to think that I'm making this video to attack Dwyane Wade. I'm making this video to show you guys the world that we live in 2019. And this new world order is in full effect. Now, Dwyane Wade's son is 11 years old. Okay, he's not a teenager. He's not an adult. He is an 11-year-old boy. And to all the fellas out there, not even just the fellas, to everybody listening to this video, be very careful about what you allow your kids to watch on TV. Be very careful about what you let your kids look at on the internet because we're living in scary times. Okay? There is an agenda going on right now, and I want to make this clear. I have absolutely nothing against gay people. I have absolutely nothing against transgenders. But what I do have a problem with is kids that aren't even teenagers identifying with not only a sexual preference, but identifying with another gender that you were not born into. And things are just like, things are just starting to get very strange in this world. Like, you guys remember when they said the world ended in 2012? I think it really did. I just think that we didn't die. It's just the world that we used to live in is gone. And I feel like everybody that's alive right now is trapped in this alternate reality where things are just like backwards. Because when you really pay attention to what's going on in the world, everything is like backwards. Like, everything that's considered normal is now becoming unnormal. Like, pretty soon, being a straight person is going to be looked at as something that's unnormal. It's crazy, as crazy as that sounds. I mean, they're putting homosexuality in cartoons. They're thinking about making a homosexual Spider-Man. It's just so much chaos going on. And, the powers that be, they're targeting children. They're targeting, and this is obviously population control. Maybe there's just too much people on the planet and the government is trying to figure out, not even the government, but just the elite, the people that's in control of the world. I think they're pretty much figuring out whatever they can do to try to, control the population, because maybe they just feel like there's not going to be enough resources on the planet if we keep multiplying the way we are right now, because there is a clear agenda to try to get people, especially kids, to become homosexual or transgenders. Now, let's stick to Dwyane Wade, right? My problem with Dwyane Wade referring to his son as a she, as a girl, is you're basically programming your son to not live in reality. And reality is this, okay? If you are born with a cock and a pair of balls, you're a boy. If you're born with a vagina, you are a girl, okay? You have a girl and you have a boy. When you become older, you're either a man or you're a woman. This is science. This is facts. There's no, because I want to dress like a girl. And no, okay? Now, when you get of age, when you become a teenager and you start going through, when you become a teenager and you start going through that phase where, you start going through puberty. I'm so glad I remembered it. When you start going through puberty in your teenage years, now you start figuring out, okay, I'm attracted to girls. Okay, I'm attracted to this. I'm attracted to that. Now you're starting to discover yourself. But even during that discovery process, you might not really know who you are until you become 16, 17, 18, because there's some people out there that, they go through little phases of being gay, and then when they become an adult, they're not. There's some people that, they go through phases where, boys put on heels or they put on a wig and they outgrow those habits. When you're young, you don't know any better. You're just enjoying life. You're having fun. You're just doing what you want to do. You're just going off of spirit. You're not really thinking about people judging you. So Dwyane Wade's son being an 11-year-old boy, this is a situation where, his son is just gravitating towards what he likes. And unfortunately, in the cartoons, on TV, all over the internet, there's a lot of, the gay people, the LGBT community, they're making a very big impact on the world. Like I said, they're putting this stuff in cartoons, it's on Love and Hip Hop, it's all over TV. And that's fine. But it most definitely is having an influence on kids. And I just believe that kids at 11 years old should not be thinking about if they want to be called a girl or if they want to be called an alien, because it's just going to get more weird and weird. Pretty soon you're going to have people that's white identifying as black. You're going to have people that's Spanish identifying as Asian. You're going to have people that's Indian identifying as Korean. Like, do you guys see where I'm going with this? It's not even much about the transgender community. It's just about logic. It's just about common sense. It's just about mental stability, okay? If Dwyane Wade's son was 16 years old, 18 years old, and he said, you know what? I mentally feel like I'm a girl and I prefer to be called a girl. That's fine, because now you're dealing with a young man. You're dealing with a boy that's transitioning into a man. Right when you're 16, 17, 18, you're becoming a young man. And at that point, you're out of elementary school, you're out of middle school, you're in high school, about to graduate. And this is when kids start to find out who they are. Obviously, you're still going to go through your phases in your late teens. But at that point now, you're conscious enough to say, okay, this is what I like. This is what I don't like. I went through my path. I went through my phases. I know what I like. And, if Dwyane Wade's son at 17, 18, 16 said, you know what? I want to be called a girl. I want you to call me Tatiana. I'm going to wear heels. I'm going to get my nails done. That's cool. But right now, his son is 11 years old. He's a little boy. He's in elementary school. He's in elementary school. And shout out to Dwyane Wade for supporting his son. I respect that as a man. But as a father, it is your job to tell your son the truth, bro. It's your job to be very careful of what you allow your son to watch, to gravitate towards. It's your job to tell your son, hey, look, son, even though you want to be referred to as a girl, in all actuality, you're a boy, and there's nothing that can change that. It doesn't matter if you get surgery. It doesn't matter if you take hormone pills and all of that. When you were born into this world, you were born a boy. It's facts. You're pretty much going against God saying that, you're a girl or you're not a boy, when it's clear you have a penis and balls. You're a boy. Okay? You saying that you're not a boy and you're a girl, that's just, it sounds crazy. Okay? Especially when you're 11 years old. Okay? I don't want people to think that I'm attacking Dwyane Wade and I'm saying that it's wrong for Dwyane Wade to support his son. But what I'm saying is we have to be parents. Okay? As a father, it's your job to lead your kids in the right direction. It's your job to make sure that you're telling your kids what facts is and what opinions is. Facts is, Dwyane Wade, your son is a boy. That's facts. Science proves that. He's not a girl. Okay? He doesn't have a period. He cannot get pregnant. Okay? He doesn't put a tampon in his vagina every month. Okay? He's a boy. He's a boy. Anybody can see that. Okay? He's not a girl. Okay? And you referring to your 11-year-old son as a girl in the interview looks crazy. And I honestly see why you retired now. Because that last year Dwyane Wade just played last year in Miami, I thought he looked great. With the braids, he played great. Had a great season. I felt like he should have been in the All-Star game. He looked great. But I see why you retired, bro. Because obviously, this young boy, you were not spending enough time with him. Obviously. For those that don't know, this is Dwyane Wade's son that he had while he had an affair with Gabrielle Union. Him and Gabrielle Union split up for a little bit. He had an affair. And the young boy that we're talking about, this is the kid that was created during that little affair. Okay? So, I just feel like Dwyane Wade, it's clear to me that he might not have been there in those important moments when he was younger, because there's no way, you could be in a stable household and at 11 years old, your son is questioning his gender. Guys, really think about this. When I was 11 years old, I wasn't thinking about my gender. I wasn't thinking about sex. I wasn't thinking about, I wasn't thinking about what my sexual preference was. I was just being a kid. I knew I liked girls. Don't get me twisted. I knew I liked girls. I was playing video games. I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I was watching Dragon Ball Z. I was being a kid. I was playing sports, going to school. I wasn't worried about, I wasn't questioning, why am I a boy? Like I want to, I wasn't even having those thoughts, and this goes to show how influential this gay agenda is, because like I said, it's all over the place, man. I mean, it's on TV, it's on the cartoons, they put it in Arthur, the cartoon Arthur. They had an episode with a gay character, and these kids, man, they're gravitating towards it. And I'm gonna tell you something. I noticed that the LGBT community, they get a lot of attention, and I think that the kids, when they see how much attention that people get when they come out as gay, or when they decide to just go against the grain, you gotta ask yourself, what is the number one thing that kids need from their parents? Attention. What is the number one thing that kids like? Attention. So I just wanted to speak my piece. I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with this video, but I had to speak my mind. Because I just, I seen the interview and I couldn't believe Dwyane Wade said that. I couldn't believe Dwyane Wade confidently referred to his 11-year-old son, who's a little boy, as a girl, when it's clear as day he's a boy. Have no problem with him supporting his son, but this kid, you shouldn't be having these type of discussions with your son at 11 years old about him wanting to switch genders. You shouldn't even be having conversations with your son about his sexual preference and this and that. He's a kid, man. You got to let the kid be a kid. And I just think that this is setting a horrible example for the youth, man. It's setting a horrible example for all of the people that look up to Dwyane Wade. Because this isn't something that I feel like is impacting the world positivity. What's the word? This isn't impacting the world in a positive way. This is doing nothing but causing confusion and unstableness and, mental illness. That's what this is. This is mental illness at its finest. An 11-year-old boy identifying as a girl. Jesus Christ. It's your boy Wavy. I'm out this bitch. Skirt.